Tenki no Ko, or Weathering with You. It is another animated film that was written and directed by Makoto Shinkai. You're probably familiar with his other works, Kimi no Na wa or Your Name. Keep in mind that besides the general synopsis, I won't be spoiling anything from the movie, so I'll just be going over what we should expect from it just from what's out so far. The film first premiered in Japan on July 19th, and since then, certain parts of Asia and countries around Asia are getting premieres. For those living in places like the United States, a theatrical release will happen in early 2020. Just from looking at the short previews and promotional clips we've been getting for the movie, you can already tell it's very much similar to Your Name both in art style and themes. A story about two young characters who, despite their personal struggles, find each other to relieve the tension in each other's lives. Two characters that complement each other so well, whether they are meant to be soulmates or not, is what Shinkai perfected in his last movie. Kimi no Na wa being one of my most favorite anime movies of all time, I have nothing but high expectations for Tenki no Ko. The story of Tenki no Ko is about a high school freshman, Hodaka Morishima, who leaves his home on an isolated island and moves to Tokyo, but he soon finds himself struggling financially. He lives his days in isolation, but finally finds a job as a writer for a shady occult magazine. The weather has been gloomy and rainy every day, as if to suggest his future. Then, one day, in an alley of the crowded and busy city, Hodaka meets a young girl named Hina Amano. Due to certain circumstances, Hina and her younger brother live together, but have a cheerful and sturdy life. This bright and strong-willed girl possesses a strange and wonderful ability, the power to stop the rain and clear the sky. Going over the box office in Japan, Weathering with You made around 1.64 billion yen or $15.22 million in its first 3 days. This is 28.6% more than Your Name, which earned 1.27 billion yen or $12.51 million in its first 3 days. The film got the first spot in the Japan box office for over many weeks, even in its 7th weekend as of now. In addition, it has earned more than 10 billion yen or $94.59 million in 34 days. As of now, it is the 7th highest earning Japanese film of all time, as well as being the number 6 Japanese anime film of all time, and also now the highest grossing Japanese film so far this year. Just from the numbers alone, I can already tell this will be an amazing movie to experience. It can't be helped that this film will always be seen as a follow-up to Your Name. The similarities between the two are just too great to ignore, and some critics may say that director Shinkai is just stuck with this structure of filmmaking since Your Name. I'm just going to make a wild prediction here by saying that I believe there is going to be at least one more anime film from Makoto Shinkai that will follow the same style, theme, storytelling, and structure of Kimi no Na wa and Tenki no Ko. It's difficult to change something that has yielded success, especially when it has happened twice consecutively, but this is just my speculation of what he'll bring out next. Nonetheless, the animation is nothing short of incredible, as it captures the pulsating beauty emanating from the landscape and atmosphere that is Tokyo. One thing I really like about Shinkai's movies is the characters. For both Your Name and Weathering with You, I find the characters to be very much endearing to watch. In some ways, this could make these films difficult to watch in a bittersweet kind of way. That probably didn't make any sense, but I hope you'll get where I'm coming from. The fact that there is subtle romance just makes it even more bittersweet. But I like them. I like the type of people that they are. I get emotional sometimes when watching them struggle with their problems. At times, I can relate to their struggles. One particular trait I see that is apparent to me is loneliness. I see that many of these characters struggle with loneliness a lot of the times. Though they are not alone in an actual sense, as you see them surrounded by friends, acquaintances, family, or people that care about them, they share an underlying feeling that something is missing in their lives, a sort of emptiness. I don't think the majority of people will usually talk about this amongst anyone, but if I'm to be truly honest with you guys, I would be lying if I were to say I never felt this way. But because the characters all share this feeling, I think of the characters to be even more likable. I find that the chemistry between the characters to be both captivating and inspiring. In the case of Your Name, even when Taki and Mitsuha didn't interact with each other directly, it really felt right that they both belonged together. Fate, as you would if you happen to believe in such a thing, or in this case the red thread of fate. I'm certain to say you will experience these sentiments in Weathering with You. As always, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see all of you next time.